let's get into it, folks. We're going to talk about the new CBA, okay? Now, I obviously, I would be remiss if I didn't do this first. Because honestly, it took a long time. It took a very, very long time. And folks, it wasn't a fun one. So basically, this season, like, we knew that this was coming, even though I didn't do my due diligence on this show. Like, I talked about it a bit before the season ended, but we really didn't harp on it like we should have. And then things start coming out, and it starts feeling a little bit ugly. And I don't know how ugly it actually got, as Pat Gregoire says. We are so back, and that is true. The NLL is so back, and so is Daily Dive. But I don't know how ugly it actually got because of the comments I'll mention that thru, the commissioner of the league, ended up saying. But let's rewind a little bit here. Let's talk about what happened, because Jamie Dawick, the Toronto Rock's owner, who's been in the league for a while, I can't remember if he is the league's longest tenured owner, but he's been through hell and high water with the NLL. He's been helping them out. I don't know if he's funding 3 teams like Joe Tsai, but it feels pretty darn near close. Jamie Dawick has made investments in the NLL. And so he a lot of times goes on Lacrosse Classified, which is hosted by Jake Elliott. And one of these days, I'll actually look up the guy who co-hosted with him now, because like I said before, it used to be Tino Farah. It is now not, so I apologize. However, Jamie Dawick gets on there and goes scorched earth. I talked about it on this YouTube channel probably over a month ago now. That's weird. Time flies when you're getting old. My goodness. But basically, you're hearing this guy, and I know he, again, comes from a place of passion and speaking his mind. I think Christian Del Bianco calls him the league's Jerry Jones, and I think that's a little bit disrespectful. Well, not disrespectful. It's a little bit exaggeration, because I feel like Jamie Dawick has his head on his shoulders a little bit more. I could be wrong, but it was a lot to take in. Jamie Dawick said a lot of things that a lot of people didn't like. I loved it. Cinema, media, clicks, the NLL. It sounded dormant. It sounded bad. But hey, and yeah, Lucas, that last name is Canadians gotta come on, man, help us out here. It's bad enough saying my last name. Regardless of that, thank you for that, Pat, for the layup there. You felt like, okay, is it as bad as Jamie says, or is it not? So then we started getting stuff from, like, I know Dawson Nielsen talked about a lot of stuff. He came out of nowhere, as everyone's already talked about. But basically, he was like, per diem and gym reimbursement, because, and I get it, like, I wanted to, and I'm not trying to, like, reharp all of this stuff. I'm just, like, telling the backstory for those who just want a quick recap, right? So I'm, like, listening to this stuff, and I'm hearing that, like, obviously Dawson talks about the per diem, like, they want like $80 or whatever a day for food. I'm like, I wish. I mean, obviously I wish. But it was like, come on. Wait. Oh, that much? Well, that's a lot. And then, like, the gym reimbursement, like, I listen, gym's expensive. I know, because when I quit one of my jobs, when I quit my job recently, one of the first costs that I cut was the gym. And obviously you're like, oh, well, obviously the fat guy cut the gym. But it's like, that's one of the things, like, it's a lot. It's like $25 a month. And that's, like, it depends on which one you go to. They're like 20, 30, sometimes $40 a month. Okay. And I'm like, dang it, man. But in my opinion, like, gym reimbursement, like, I get a little bit of payback there, but, like, we also heard about the expansion bonus. I never liked that. That was weird. Like, I'm not saying the players are not valuable and they don't help, propel that, but come on, man, that's not fair. That's a little bit, that's asking too much. Can we agree with that? Right? I feel like I can. And then they want to see the books, and I've been warned about saying the following information because I know that if I want players on my show and I cannot just DM them directly, I've been told what I'm about to say might not make some teams happy. Good thing I don't care. This is Daily Dive. If you didn't know. Okay. This is not a report by any means, but it's kind of like a soft report. It's like a little bit of insights. I have heard the reason why most owners, I say most, I don't mean like Joe Sire, Jimmy Doug, but a lot of these owners, like Panther City years ago, when they had no busy dropping them like when Andy drops Woody. But there was a nightmare on that movie. I forgot like why he dropped them. Anyways, you get the reference if you've seen Toy Story. But most owners do not want to show the books because of tax situations. And I said for weeks on end that I don't care who the CBA people are. I don't care who the NLP has representing them. I don't care what leagues they're a part of. You have to have your pulse on. You have to have a pulse on things. You have to be a fly on the wall. Well, you're like, you can't just ask for like, oh, let me see how much money you're making. Why would they do that? Again, most owners don't care. Just see the Philadelphia Wings. It's a tax write-off. And if they come close to making a profit, the understanding is they'll drop you for an NWSL or a pickleball team. I don't know if they have those. But, like, that's what they'll do. And, again, I thought about not saying that, but screw it. I'm going to say it. It should be common knowledge, in my opinion. So that, to me, was the biggest disconnect. I know there's other things, but to me, it justified what I had said, if you've seen my Twitter page, where I was like, listen, guys, until we get the media deal the WNBA just got, you can't ask for much. And it's a shame. Now, again, it did get done. And that's why, well, come on. Let's restart this. That was dumb. Okay, it doesn't want to play. It's fine. So that's what we got. How dare you, fans? That's when we got to the We Are So Back thing. So we're here. It's a 5-year deal. 4 has an asterisk, like you can opt out. Cool. But I just want to say that I love that it got done. Shout out to both parties. I'm sure both of them had to be humble, which they were, and shout out. But I wanted to mention that Brett Frude on OTCB, hosted by Teddy Jenner and Pat Gregoire, 2 NLL on TSN broadcasters. He said it wasn't really contentious. That's what Brett Frude said. At least he didn't feel like there was a lot of. I give praise to Brett Frude. He's like, I'm not on social media. I don't know how he does it. I'm like, good for you for having a social life, sir. But he likes to have boots on the ground. That's fine. Like, good for him. Like, get in the trenches. It's awesome. He was saying he didn't feel like the NLPA and NLL were contentious. And he never thought that it would not get done. That was reassuring because I'll be honest, I took the bait. I felt like, oh, are we going to have a season? And it turns out, was anyone really concerned? I don't know. But hey, that's all I know. I want to mention this. There will be a season. So I'm excited for that.